Redefined TV for kids.
The beginning, Genesis 1. In the beginning, the world was empty. Darkness was everywhere. But God had a plan. God separated the light from the darkness. "Let there be light," he said. And the light turned on. He called the light day, and he called the darkness night. This was the end of the very first day. Then God said, "I will divide the waters." He separated the waters in the clouds above from the waters in the ocean below. He called the space between them sky. This was the end of the second day. Next, God rolled back the waters, and some dry ground appeared. He made plants of many shapes and colors. He made mountains, hills, and valleys. This was the end of the third day. God put a shining sun in the sky for daytime. He put a glowing moon and twinkling stars in the sky for nighttime. This was the end of the fourth day. On the fifth day, God made swishy fish and squiggly creatures to live in the ocean. Then God made birds to fly across the sky. On the sixth day, God made animals to creep, crawl, hop, and gallop. Then from the dust, God made the most wonderful creature of all, a person. God named him Adam. On the seventh day, God rested. Adam and Eve, Genesis 2. God had planted a beautiful garden for Adam in a place called Eden. A river flowed through the garden. Adam loved his new home. His job was to name all the animals and care for the garden. Adam loved all the animals, but he could not find a friend that was just right for him. So God created a woman. Adam named her Eve. She was just right for Adam. Adam and Eve loved each other. Together, they took care of God's garden. The sneaky snake, Genesis 3. Many trees grew in the Garden of Eden. God told Adam and Eve, "You may eat the fruit from any tree except for one. Never eat the fruit from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil." Now there was a sneaky snake in the garden. One day, the snake saw Eve near the special tree. It hissed, "Did God really tell you not to eat the fruit from this tree?" The snake wanted Eve to disobey God. It said, "You should try some of this tasty fruit. If you eat it, you will be like God. You will be able to tell the difference between good and evil." The fruit looked tasty. Eve remembered what God had said, but she ate the fruit anyway. Then Eve gave some to Adam. He took a bite too. As the sun was going down, Adam and Eve heard God walking through the garden. He was looking for them. Adam and Eve hid among the trees. They were afraid. "What have you done?" God asked. "Did you eat the fruit from the forbidden tree?" Adam said, "Yes, but Eve gave it to me." Eve said, "Yes, but the snake tricked me." God told the snake, "Because of what you did, you will always crawl on your belly." Then he told Adam and Eve, "Because you disobeyed me, you can no longer live in the garden." Adam and Eve left the garden. God placed angels and a flaming sword to guard the entrance. Adam and Eve would not be allowed in the garden again. Noah's Ark, Genesis 6, 9. After Adam and Eve left the garden, many people were born. The people kept doing bad things and they forgot about God, except Noah. Noah loved God. God was sad that everyone but Noah forgot about him. He told Noah about his plan to start over. "Make yourself an ark," God said. "Here's how." So Noah and his family began working on the ark. When it was done, God said, "Take your family and 2 of every animal into the ark." Animals creeped, crawled, hopped, and galloped onto Noah's new boat. After everyone was inside, the rain began to fall and fall and fall. The ark rocked this way and that way on the rising water. Finally, the rain stopped. Water covered everything. Everyone inside the ark was safe. Noah and his family were very happy. One day, Noah sent a dove to find land. It flew and flew but never found any, so it came back. 1 week later, Noah sent the dove out again. This time it brought him an olive leaf. Noah cheered. It must have found land. The ark finally came to rest on the top of a mountain. God told Noah to leave the ark. Noah and his family praised God. God put a beautiful rainbow in the sky. It was a sign of his promise to never flood the whole earth again. The tall tower, Genesis 11. After the flood, everyone spoke the same language. One word meant hello. One word meant mom, and one word meant dad. The people said, "If we work together, we can do anything. Let's build a tower that goes all the way up to heaven. Then everyone will see how great we are." The people worked on their tower. They built it taller and taller. They began to brag. God did not like the way they were acting. It was as if they no longer needed him. So God mixed up their language. When they tried to talk to each other, it sounded like babble. Everyone was confused. Then God scattered the people all over the earth. They had to stop building their tower. From then on, the tower was called Babel. A new home, Genesis 12:17. Abraham loved God. So did his wife Sarah. One day, God told Abraham to move to a new land. So, along with their helpers, Abraham and Sarah packed up and went. Abraham's nephew was Lot. Lot and all his helpers went with them too. The helpers began to fight. There was not enough grass for all the animals. So Abraham said to Lot, "You pick your own land to live on." Lot chose the best land. It had the most green grass and the most water for his animals. Lot moved to his new home. Then God gave Abraham a blessing. God said, "All the land you see here will be yours forever. Also, you and Sarah will be blessed with many children." God led Abraham and Sarah to a place called Hebron. It was beautiful. The visitors, Genesis 18:21. One hot day, Abraham was resting near his tent. He heard footsteps. 3 men were standing nearby. Abraham went out to greet them. "Would you like to rest in the shade? We have plenty of cool water to drink. Can I get you something to eat?" Abraham told Sarah about the visitors. He asked her to make a tasty meal. While they were eating, the 3 visitors shared some exciting news. They said, "Your wife is going to have a son." Sarah heard what they said. She laughed, thinking, "I am too old." God asked Abraham, "Why did Sarah laugh? Anything is possible with the Lord." Sure enough, the next year, Sarah had a baby boy. His name was Isaac. A bride for Isaac, Genesis 24:25. When Isaac grew up, his father Abraham wanted him to get married. Abraham told one of his servants, "Go to my homeland. There you will find the perfect bride for Isaac." So Abraham sent the servant on his way with 10 camels and a lot of jewelry and clothes. They were gifts for Isaac's new bride. The servant reached Abraham's homeland. He stopped by a well and prayed, "Dear God, please show me the woman you have chosen for Isaac. I will know she is the one if she offers water to me and my camels." Before he finished praying, a young woman with a jar walked toward the well. After she filled her jar, the servant asked her for a drink. She gave him a drink. Then she gave water to his camels. She was the answer to his prayer. Her name was Rebecca. The servant gave her the gifts, and they went to meet her father. The servant asked for his permission to take Rebecca to Isaac. Rebecca told the servant she would be happy to go. When Isaac saw Rebecca, he fell in love with her. Soon they got married. Isaac and Rebecca had twin boys named Esau and Jacob. Isaac's blessing, Genesis 27. When Isaac was an old man, he could not see very well. He called for his firstborn son, Esau. "Bring me my favorite dinner, then I will give you God's blessing." "I will make a special meal for you," said Esau. Then he hunted for some meat to cook. Isaac's wife Rebecca wanted Jacob to get God's blessing. So while Esau was hunting, she told Jacob her plan. She made Isaac's dinner, then she tied goatskins around Jacob's arms. Jacob took the meal to his father. After dinner, Isaac reached out to bless his son. Isaac thought Jacob was Esau, so he gave Jacob his blessing. When Esau returned, he found out what had happened. Esau was very angry. He wanted to hurt Jacob. Rebekah asked Isaac to send Jacob to his uncle Laban's house. Jacob's dream, Genesis 28. Jacob traveled for many miles. His uncle Laban lived far away. One night, he lay on the ground using a stone for his pillow. Jacob fell fast asleep. Jacob dreamed of a stairway to heaven. Angels walked up and down. God said, "I am watching over you, Jacob. Someday, all of this land will belong to you and your family." The next morning, when Jacob woke up, he said, "The Lord is in this place." He took his stone pillow and set it up as a reminder of his dream. Jacob praised God. Then he continued on his way. Jacob and Esau meet again, Genesis 29. While Jacob lived with his uncle Laban, he became a shepherd. He fell in love and got married. God blessed Jacob with many sons. Jacob also had many sheep, donkeys, and camels. One day, God told Jacob to go back to his homeland. Jacob wanted to go back, but he was afraid of his brother Esau. He thought Esau would still be angry with him, but Jacob obeyed God. He and his family packed up everything they owned. Jacob sent servants ahead to offer gifts to Esau. Much to Jacob's surprise, Esau ran to meet him, and he gave Jacob a big hug. They were so happy to see each other again.